Today is the 22nd of August 2014. I'm Katharina Chang and you're watching The Brief on Newsfirst, where we bring you the trending stories for the day. Adding to the number of deputy ministers in the country, UPFA Prabha Ganeshan and P. Digambaram were sworn in as deputy ministers before President Mahinda Rajapaksa yesterday. The President Media Unit said that the MPs took oaths as deputy ministers before President Mahinda Rajapaksa at Temple Trees last morning. Prabha Ganeshan took oaths as the Deputy Minister of Telecommunication and Information Technology, whilst P. Digambaran was sworn in as the Deputy Minister of National Languages and Social Integration. With the new appointments, the total number of deputy ministers in the current government rises to 42. Sipetco is to introduce a new variety of low-sulfur diesel to the market today. Minister of Petroleum Industries Anu Priyadarshana Yapa made this statement at a media briefing convened yesterday.
The technology of motor vehicles has changed. The type of engine and the electronics of the vehicle and other factors must be taken into consideration as well. That is why we have decided to introduce a diesel that is low in sulfur to the market. That is why starting tomorrow we have decided to introduce a type of diesel that is refined and will be known as Lanka Super Diesel 4-star. Even though the quality of the diesel is exceptional, we have not made any changes to the price.
Lanka Super Diesel 4-star නමින් අපි එලි දක්වනවා. මෙම ඉන්ධන වර්ගයේ ගුණාත්මකභාවය වැඩි වුණත් එහි විකුණුම් මිලෙහි කිසිදු වෙනසක් අපි කරලා නැහැ.
Has the Department of Wildlife failed its duty to protect fauna from poachers? The department submitted to the Ambalipitia Magistrates Court yesterday that it has no intention of pursuing a case pertaining to the attempted illegal capture of an elephant calf from the Udawalawe National Park on the 1st of May.
The wildlife officers had initiated a sting operation with the assistance of the police after receiving a tip-off regarding the attempt to capture an elephant calf. Although they were unable to nab the brains behind the operation, wildlife officers seized a tractor and arrested the driver of the tractor, noting that it was being used in an attempt to capture an elephant calf. While wildlife officers noted that a group of persons accosted them at this point and took steps to release the driver of the tractor, it was the wildlife officials themselves who also noted that this elephant calf that was discovered in the vicinity had been given a tranquilizer. The wildlife department submitted the tractor to the Ambalipitia Magistrates Court as a case item. The report on the investigation into the incident, which was compiled by an assistant director at the department's head office, was submitted to court today by the director in charge of the Southern Zone. Submitting the report to court today, the Southern Zone director noted that the Wildlife Department has no intention of pursuing this case. This official further noted that such a decision had been taken owing to the lack of evidence. Given that a tractor, for which an owner can be traced, has been submitted to court as a case item, it is evident that the assistant director who compiled the investigation report has not conducted a comprehensive investigation. Under a department which comprises of such officials, will action be taken in the cases of the illegal capture of elephants or other fauna only when the animals themselves are able to give evidence? Minister of Wildlife Resource Conservation, this one is over to you.
Fisheries and Aquatic Resource Development Minister Dr. Rajna Senaratne has asserted that fishermen from other countries will not be allowed to fish in Sri Lankan waters. He made this statement in response to the statement made by Dr. Subramaniam Swamy, the chairman of the Strategic Action Committee of India's Bharatiya Janata Party, that Sri Lanka should grant Indian fishermen permits to fish in Sri Lankan waters until fish in Indian waters can be repopulated.
අවුරුදු 30ක් දුක් විඳලා අපේ දීවරයෙන් අද තමයි මූදට ගිහිල්ලා යම් ආදායමක් ලබන්නේ.
Our fishermen have started to make a living after facing hardships for 30 years. Our program is to increase this up to 50% in the future. We were able to increase this by 23%, 3 times the amount it originally was by December last year with the support given by the President. We will reach the 50% target in a year or two. The biggest barrier we have is the Indian fishermen who are entering the country. No one can fish in our waters because of this. If they want to enter, they can speak with the country and enter in a way the country receives the trade benefit and the fishermen receive their money. This is the only possible way. we cannot open up our seas for Indian fishermen. We cannot open up our economic zone to anyone.
මුදල් ලැබෙන විදිහටත් මෙන්න මේ ක්‍රමයට විතරයි. එහෙම නැතුව අපිට බෑ ඉන්දියානු දීවරීන්ට කියලා මේ අපේ මුහුද විවෘත කරන්න. අපි කිසිම කෙනෙකුට අපේ ආර්ථික කලාපය විවෘත කිරීමට අපිට හැකියාවක් නැහැ.
Let's now take a look at the forex rates. And that's a wrap for this edition of The Brief. But always remember, you can always log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk for more of the very latest stories. I'm Katharina Chang, and remember to stay brief.